Hello, my YouTube channel. I recently got back from my Greenland expedition where my buddy Terry and I skied across Greenland on the long Arctic Circle. It was 310 miles of brutal cold skiing and super hot. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to share with you all of the equipment that I brought back and just show it to you. And what I'm going to do is a series on Greenland expedition equipment stuff in the Arctic. Now, you might not be going to the Arctic or going anywhere crazy like, I don't know, Antarctica or Denali or wherever, but wherever you're going to go, I'm going to show you all the stuff that I used. And then in this series, I'm going to talk about every individual item so that you too might be able to keep your feet warm in the cold by using a bunch of knots. So let's get started. First thing, crampon, or no, not crampon, ice axe. I brought the lightest ice axe I still could. The Camp Corsica was its nanotech with the hardened tip, because if we ran into problems with crevasses or anything, this is the bad boy. So everything else I'm just going to hammer through, show, and then I'm going to do a huge series on all the gear that I took. And boy, this is awesome. First thing, skis and poles. Oh yeah, from Norway, Nansen. These things are spectacular. My old pair in the back there has 1,400 miles, 1,400 miles, like pushing 3,000 kilometers. These things have a mere 350, 400 miles on them. Totally love them. Standard ski poles. What a winner. I'm just gonna toss things out of the way. My air mattress, Exped air mattress. This thing was such a joy to sleep on, made life super, super comfortable. And now, my ski boots, Alpha Mordre Pro. There you go, what's left of them. They're pretty beat up. I might actually have to invest in a new pair. Oh yeah, the Hilleberg damage tint, fully loaded. This thing's almost 14 pounds. I mean, it's a pig to carry. Oh, jeez. All right, my trusty, reliable towing harness. This thing's got pushing, I don't know, 1,800 miles on it. This thing is spectacular. Bought it a long time ago. I wish in my ski boots that instead of the wool liners, the car tankers, I had Intuition liners that are like in my Scarpa boots. Intuition would have been much better. That's what Terry had. It kept his feet way warmer, but on the hot days, my feet were cooler, so go figure. All right, next thing here. Oh yeah, my VBL, Vapor Barrier Liner, Western Mountaineering. These are hard to come by, but it's a great emergency shelter. Oh yes, the Ultimates, the Outdoor Research Ultimates. These are a critical piece of kit. It was so cold in Greenland. I gotta tilt this down. It was so cold in Greenland, my fingers actually got chilled in these, which floored me away. I didn't think that was possible, so I'm going to talk about that. And then, all right, the other liner glove. I brought my fleece vest. I didn't use it that much because with all my other layers, this is just an extra layer that I didn't need. My compass holder, my Delrin compass holder, crazy expensive, but an absolute necessary piece of kit. Bags, more bags, ski pogies. I'm going to talk about ski pogies. Oh yeah, baby. Super helpful. The Park Gear Brush, it's a bicycle brush, but it actually works super well for brushing the snow and ice off my boots, like that. And I brought Globstopper, more Globstopper, Max Glide. Critical, my balaclava. This thing saved my bacon more than once. Ah, yeah, Robin Hood. I brought insulated gaiters. I have custom designed insulated gaiters. Boy, let me tell you, these are worth their weight in gold. More bags, more bags. Goggles, you have to have goggles. I actually didn't use them much because I get so hot. Terry actually froze most of the time. I get so hot that I just steam up the goggles, so it has to be I don't even know how bad it has to be for me to use goggles. It's like, oof, boy. All right, and I'm gonna have a bunch of video clips, so watch out for those too. You're gonna love that. One of our sled bags, Terry's sled bag or my sled bag, I can't remember which. More bottles. We also, our bags, we bought 2 fuel bottles, a large fuel bottle and a small fuel bottle for the white gas stove. A veritable mountain of steaks for our tent. The Hilleberg, the Hilleberg tent. That thing was totally awesome. Took a pit rack at 100 miles an hour. Here's the other sled bag. Oh yeah. And of course, 1 American flag that went to the summit of Greenland, and a pair of pantyhose to line my feet with. Now, I carried everything in my, is it pronounced Dakine or Dakine? I'm not sure. If maybe a YouTuber wants to put a comment. I've never actually figured that out. This is an awesome bag. It can carry pretty much anything. We flew in 3 bags of gear, each bag weighing 51 pounds at the absolute limit that we could check. We did not freight our equipment. Some good, some bad there. We'll talk about that more. All right, my Western Mountaineering Puma sleeping bag. This thing was spectacular. It was a little chilly a couple nights because it got cold. It's rated for about -25, but no problems here. Very, very comfortable. In an event bag, what size is this? XL. I've got my Western Mountaineering bag in an event bag, XL size. Oh yeah, this thing, this is a beast. I only use my Bison in Antarctica because it was even worse there. Now, on to water bottles, standard Nalgene, plus the Outdoor Research SR insulated covers. Terry, even though he had thin insulated covers, his bottles froze several times. Mine got slightly slushy, but these are worth their money too. They're very expensive, but you have to have them. Otherwise it freezes. Sherbert. Sherbert was our mascot a la Wilson in the movie Castaway. Sherbert is spectacular. For sleeping, I have my very shredded bottle holder and a half-liter bottle for drinking water. So I keep this so I can sip on water so I'm not choking out at night. And then a little bit of Gorilla Tape. Regular duct tape does not stick when it's below -25 unless your experience is... I use regular duct tape. It sucks. But Gorilla Tape, that is the money. Smart wool socks. Right. What else do we have here? Had to bring a VHF marine radio. Yep. See, radio. Had to have that. And a spare battery for the radio. And then we had to carry 2 satellite phones. So this was really spendy. I've had them since 2012 in Antarctica. Plus I had to buy 2 spare batteries, plus the SIM cards for this stuff. So the SIM cards, plus the update to the phone, plus all that was easily $500 US. Oh, ouch. Super expensive. And then, of course, I had to bring the charging blocks, plus the charging connectors, so I could connect them and charge them up with my solar panels. I have the Featherlight solar panels. I don't know if they make these anymore. Terry actually had, I would say, a better rig of solar panels. He had this huge array of solar panels. My solar panels are smaller, but boy, they are super, super light. But I only have this much panel. I really wish I'd bought the dual panels, the ones that are connected. That would have been better, but that decision was made a good 12 years ago, so I will live with that. Whatever Terry had, same flexible. These things are awesome and must be. Make sure you get some postcards from Greenland, that's for sure. And I'll just pull them out. A heavy Phillips screwdriver for the skis. Handy dandy Swiss Army Victorinox knife. My Gerber multi-tool. All right, piling through the gear here. And the not so great, this is the better Suunto compass. I had lots of trouble with that. Backup GPS, backup batteries. Actually, my main GPS, yeah, I've got that too. Imodium, I did not need it. Terry did. And then in our check-in kit that we did not haul with us, I did bring a toothbrush, toothpaste, earplugs. Oh my gosh, earplugs, super, super critical when it's storming Norman. And a small supply of hand sanitizer plus a stock. Lots of other basic toiletries, not too exciting there. And my glacier climbing harness, just for glacier travel, light duty, but it gets the job done. 2 more water bottles, because it just took that much water to drink. And more drugs, Advil, Aleve, dexamethasone, all sorts of stuff there, drugs. Neosporin, Tinactin, Vaseline, lip balm. I got pretty torn up. Oh, more earplugs. Imagine that. Another pair of socks. I brought 3 pair of smart wool socks of different varying weights, plus right socks. All sorts of stuff there. And more medications. Bring lots of meds. When we were out for over 5 weeks. 5 weeks? Yeah, at least 5 weeks. And we used up some of our meds. And look, more medications. And, well, I usually get sick when I travel, so I had to bring a bunch of cold meds. That was fun. And the horrible, horrible Sunto compass. I will talk about that at length in a video. My spare pen liner. The eye mask. That was a critical piece of kit. A Sharpie. Sharpie, always bring a Sharpie. Power adapter, European power adapter. That is a good thing to have. All right, we're cooking through this. We did need our headlamps for a while. Eventually the sun came up enough to where it didn't have to have them anymore, but that was the thing. And all the power cables for the solar panels. Yep. And my cook kit. Cook kit with my, now you can't buy it, 2-liter titanium pot. It's too bad because I love this pot. Terry had a really good pot too. So, all right, there's that 2-liter pot. And in there, the pump, the stove, the heat exchanger, my striker. Terry had a different tack. He kept his pump out of, and he kept his stove out of the pot because he figured getting a little bit of exposure to hydrocarbons isn't good. I can't argue that. And the striker, I literally use this the entire time to light my stove, any temperature, any altitude, no problem. You just have to preheat it. Bought a sponge. Terry actually used a sponge a couple times for spills. And of course, the all-critical, non-folding, non-plastic titanium spoon. I never bring a plastic spoon. I've had them break. It doesn't matter what material they're made out of. Trust me on this one. Okay, that's all that gear. And then, all right, my Z-Rest. Terry brought his Walmart version. It worked just as well as mine. His was less than half the cost. The Walmart version of the Z-Rest, the Ozark Trail, literally no problem. He did well, so I'm going to talk about that. And my Eddie Bauer Peak 15 puffy coat, an absolute must for staying warm in the tent. Oh yeah, we're cranking away here. All right. One of my two, oh, here we go. I lost the cords. The 40 below camp booties, these are a must have, even though it's extra weight. Made a big, big difference there. Oh, look, more socks. My Darth Vader Cold Avenger balaclava. Luke, I am your father. Always love that one. Underwear, wool underwear, not synthetic. Oh, if you want misery, use synthetic. I only use wool underwear. Here's one of my liner right socks. Brought a couple of pair of liner gloves. This was huge. They're super light, but they're a critical kit. Each liner gloves only last so long. I'll talk about that. Okay, a bunch of gear. Glacier goggles. These are Julbo photochromatic goggles. I'll talk about why I have white. Thank you, pandemic. Journal, plus Write in the Rain journal, plus the Fisher Space Pen. Key equipment there. My windproof hat and watch cap and my headband. These have been literally all around the world. Boonie hat to keep the sun off. The Kiki Gallery graciously provided me with an expedition hat. Kiki Gallery designs for knit patterns are spectacular. A buff, a classic buff. Super helpful to keep the badness off. My parka with my Wolverine and beaver. This thing I wore until I got hot in the middle of the day. The parka is beyond invaluable. I can't tell you how much important that was. My Storm Tracker outdoor research gloves. Gone through many pairs of those. They're spectacular. Icebreaker. Love the 260 weight icebreaker shirt. Totally awesome. More underwear. Again, icebreaker, wool, never synthetic. And then 2 more pair of liner gloves. They're that important. My heavy-duty Alpine outdoor research gloves. Those are pretty well till it got super cold. And this expedition, I did wear my Arc'teryx shell pants. Whoo boy, those things are good. My REI Event shell jacket, it's still trucking. I wish they still made this because this Event fabric blows away Gore-Tex. Event fabric's way better. Long underwear, more underwear. Heavier pair of long underwear because it just gets cold. And socks. This isn't a cotton sock. This is a right synthetic sock. More socks, more underwear. My lighter icebreaker wool shirt. And my fleece jacket. Not some techie expensive thing, but my girlfriend bought this Reebok jacket. I don't know where she bought it. You can see Reebok there, right? Yeah, I literally wore this fleece jacket all across Greenland. It was spectacular. You don't have to have, puffy coats don't work skiing. It's just a thing, I'll explain it. But this is super good. Do a whole session on that. And my very custom designed, hand sewn in Antarctica, polar thigh guards, indispensable. Alrighty, so far so good. Hopefully you're with me. Stay tuned. I'm going to explain my whole show here. You can't buy this anymore. This is my Stanley mug where it's got a dual mug, so it's dual insulated, plus this cup, plus a lid, plus a flip out. I love this thing. The day this breaks, I will be crying. Critical gear. Down booties for sleeping. I bring them everywhere. Must have. One shotgun. Yes, we did have to bring a shotgun. Gun is unloaded. Checked. Had to bring a shotgun for polar bears. Fortunately, we didn't have to shoot them. Our upcoming book, 2 friends and a polar bear. We came across polar bear tracks that were fresh, so thank goodness we did not have to use the shotgun. That was a huge thing there. Bet you've never seen guns on my channel. Funny, huh? Okay. I'm going to talk about the shovel. The shovel is a big deal. That is a critical piece of kit. Voile Telepro shovel there. Oh man, there's so much stuff in here. Aluminum repair wire. Maybe I need to pull this closer so I have to keep going back and forth. Aluminum repair wire. Seam grip. Seam grip works at -40 degrees. A complete full expedition stove repair kit plus spare pump. Very importante. And a super important piece of kit, pee bottle. Make sure to choose a different color. A spare pair of skins. I'm going to talk about the skins extensively in a video because I did not like my nylon blended skins. Oof, Terry's were way better. My towing trace. Mine is good for uphill. Terry's more bungee-like. Yeah, that was the thing. That's the towing trace. A whole thing of paracord because that actually came in handy. A funnel, a another spare pump, and the micro repair kit. another water bottle insulator, another water bottle insulator, and the Paris Expedition sled. We had one for each of us. Okay, we're getting there. Doing pretty well. All right, more gear. It's an amazing pile of stuff. Let me tell you, toilet paper. I didn't run out, Terry did. Good funny story about that. We needed our crampons for one day. Cannot go to an icy place without crampons. Must have. I did not bring this harness, but I did have the carabiner, so that's something to talk about. I brought a spare buckle for the harness, a tiny baby multimeter, sewing kit, which came in very handy, some repair screws, patch kit. That was all good. Each of us had an 8mm rescue harness or rescue ropes in case we need to do a Z pulley drag with those carabiners. Stick sunscreen, and I did bring bug head net in case we got whacked at the end of the glacier. One headlamp. Love my headlamp. I just bought another one which I lost. I'm going to do a review on that. Oh, we did bring food, by the way. What else is in here? 1-inch duct tape. This is how I saved Terry's hands in the tent with his mug. Oh my gosh, the amount of stuff is mind-blowing. Wet wipes, super important. You'll find out why. The main GPS, Garmin InReach Explorer Plus. Do not get the SE, get the Explorer Plus. I'll have a long talk about that too. That thing was awesome. The weather forecasting in there saved our bacon. You thought I was going to say something else. A spare headlamp there. Some battery sticks, battery banks, those are key. What else do we have here? Another headlamp. Charging cord to plug into the cigarette lighter adapter of my solar panels, and a pin. And I think that's about it. There you go. That was my entire Greenland kit that I just hammered through in 22 minutes. I'm going to do a much longer video, or not much longer video, a whole series of videos coming to you pretty immediately after this video, talking about every piece of kit that I used in Greenland, in the Arctic, wherever else, to give you an idea of why I chose what I chose, why you might choose what you want to choose. I'm going to put a link below to my website, aaronlinsdow.com//Greenland. So aaronlinsdow.com/Greenland, and you'll be able to see my entire gear list. I'm going to put links below. It's going to take me a while to build it, but you too will be able to check out all of this gear and see if it might work for you. Yep, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Aaron Linsdow, Polar Explorer and Professional Adventurer. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can get more info like this. Stay tuned for the Greenland series.